welcome to NYC News. I'm your host, Nate Zimmerman, and today we're covering the topic of the Pushcart Wars. But before we get into the terrible news, we need to first figure out how all this started. So we're going to get out of the studio and go right down to the streets with Nate.
Good morning to you all. I'm live in the city, and a pushcart much like the one behind me was operated by Morris DeForest, who on March 15th was walking down the busy streets of New York when Albert P. Mack, or as most people just refer to him as Mac, was trying to park his truck full of piano stools. But Morris was in his way, so without a second thought, Mac hit Morris, destroying his pushcart, leaving the trucks and the pushcarts with no choice but to declare war.
We will have more on the Pushcart Wars after this commercial break. Hey, I'm Mac from Mammoth Moving Company, and if you need a job done right, then come on down to Mammoth Moving. We offer affordable prices, and we have 3 different sizes of trucks. We have the Baby Mammoth for those small jobs, the Mama Mammoth for your medium-sized jobs, and my personal favorite, the Mighty Mammoth for those jobs that no one can do except us. So come on down to Mammoth Moving, and remember, if it's a big job, why not make it a mammoth job? Welcome back to NYC News. We return with more on the Pushcart Wars. I'm now getting word that we have just received a picture right before Mac hit Fort Morris. As you can see, Mac looks very unhappy and is ready to charge. After the accident, more trucks started hitting pushcarts every day and crowding up the streets. The pushcarts had had enough, and so they decided to fight back. With the leadership of Maxie Hammerman, the pushcart fixer builder extraordinaire, and Journal Ann, the pushcarts made an army that consisted of Papa Peretz, Harry the Hot Dog, Frank the Flower, Morris the Florist, and all the other pushcarts that had had enough. With this army came a secret weapon, a small but mighty pea shooter. More on that as we go back down to the streets with Nate.
Yes, the pushcarts needed a secret weapon, and what better weapon than a pea shooter? A pea shooter is pea with a tag through it, and it was shot out of a straw. As you can see, these pea shooter ammo things are all over the streets. They may be small, but they can pop a tire in a second, and that's exactly what the pushcarts did. Every pushcart had one of these, and they would pop all the truck's tires, causing traffic jams and accidents everywhere.
As you probably just saw in that picture, the streets of New York were a mess, and this made Big Mo very angry. So he decided to go to the police and tell them about what the pushcarts did, but they didn't believe him, so he decided to do it himself, and he came up with a plan to capture Maxie Hammerman, the leader of the pushcarts, but his plan failed. Now the trucks were angrier than ever, and they filed a manifesto describing how the pushcarts should be punished. But the manifesto didn't pass, and a truce was made. More on that as we go back down to the streets with Nate.
The pushcarts didn't want to hurt the trucks because they would break the truce, but they still wanted to end the war, so they started a peace march. The pushcarts lined up and marched towards the trucks in peace. But Mac didn't want peace, he wanted war. So he charged out a pushcart and went flying into a building, and the rest of the trucks followed, destroying at least 80 pushcarts. After the battle, Mac was arrested, and after some discussion between the pushcarts and the mayor, the trucks surrendered, and the pushcarts had won the war.
And that's all on the Pushcart Wars. I'll see you tomorrow, NYC.